Ah, hello guys. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. It's me. How's everybody doing? Mount Vernon Kid. Apologize for the lateness a little bit. But like I said, I never do my Q&As on scheduled time. I said 8, but look, I'm starting now at 8:45 or something like that. Yeah. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining. It is time to answer the questions that you had bestowed upon me for the month of August. Uh, it is time to answer the questions that are dedicated to those Heroes and a Half show, the Fab Foursome, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's been kind of funny, and that's what the theme is for August was the Turtles, and it's kind of funny because I did not. It's shocking that I did not do Turtles um, for 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 my for any of my so far my theme Q&A. If you go into my playlist of theme Q&As, you won't see of any of those any theme where it says TMNT in it. Uh, but I'm glad I'm doing it now because I am a Turtles fan. I've been a Turtles fan for a long time, since I was a kid. It's and if you I got a lot of turtle memorabilia around. If you get a good look on my wall, there's all four turtles there. I got that from my bro. He brought those for my birthday. Classic Turtles poster. I've had that poster right there, guys, since my mother bought that for me when I was 10 years old. That came out 10, 11, right around the time of the first movie. Uh, and I've had that ever since. If you could see that, uh, you can't probably see it too good. Emma, can you help me? Uh, if you can't see it, pull that the poster in this one. If you could see it now, there you go. See? So I've had that poster for a long time, and I've always been a Turtles fan, and I'm just here to express myself and answer the question that you guys have given me. Let alone also, because as I always do, the questions that were given to me in the announcement vid, then I know there's gonna be questions that's gonna be coming later on. So that's why I try to get the questions. I get the questions that were announced in the announcement vid first, and then I get to the questions that are being put live now. I know there's a couple of questions on my Twitter account, so I have to go there as well. And I can't use my phone. My phone broke, so I can't use my phone and just go on. So I'm gonna be clicking back and forth. Uh, but I got a good amount of questions, guys, and I was very happy about it. And I'm here to answer your questions the best way I can, but also, just give you a little bit of a why the turtles are so meaningful for me and mean so much to me. You know, they came around a time where I wasn't really too exposed to the superheroes and stuff. Like, even though they were a comic first, but as most children of the 80s, we grew up with the original 87 cartoon. Um, and at that time, I was about 4 at the time. So I remember them vividly and just fell in love with them, not knowing till later on, maybe a year after, when I would start to really, a couple of years later, when I would really start to get into the comics and get into their comics and go back to their Mirage comic and read it and be like, whoa, wait, this is not the turtles that I remember. That's where happened to that one. These guys were very badass, noir-ish, gritty, ninja style storytelling in the heart of New York. And it was just like, yo, this is, and of course, reading the other comics that were kind of based off of the series, that when Archie Comics had the Turtles, then I was reading that. And of course, cartoons, the toys, the original toy wise that were made by Playmate. I had all of those before I gave them away to Goodwill and things like that. It was a lot of fun. So I've been with the Turtles for a long, long time, and my love of them has not diminished. They've just grown. It's been that way ever since. And I know I have friends that are not really into them, never really saw what was the big deal about them, and some of them give good answers, and some just you got to give me a better answer than they just don't interest me. Like my good friend Kat, she's not a big Turtles fan. She's never been a big Turtles fan, and she's told me why. And I was like, I could respect that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But not everybody's a Turtles fan, and I understand that. Not everybody's going to be a fan of everything that you are. But when you find people that are as big a fan as you of a certain medium or a certain character, it's like you have a connection with them, and it lasts forever. So basically, guys, I'm going to answer your questions. I make sure I pasted all the questions right, so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth from page to page. But in terms of I think 16 people wrote questions, and not everybody had 5 questions. Some had 3. So we're looking at about 30-something questions or so, if you look at it like that. But I'm here to answer it. That's why I started early. Let's get to them. So we're going to start off first. Runner-up is his name or her name. Could be a boy, could be a girl. That's why. The Red Connection, or Genesket. I'm probably butchered your name. I apologize. But his first question, or her first question, is: if you had to throw one villain from any franchise into the Turtles Rogues Gallery, who would it be and why? All right. So basically, ask me if I could take any character villain from any videos, where would I throw? Okay, who would it be? Let's see. Deathstroke. Slade Wilson. Deathstroke. Why Deathstroke? Why Deathstroke? It would be really cool to see Deathstroke be used as what he is. The Shredder. Even though Shredder's good, but Shredder has never been able to kind of fully take down the Turtles. He needs a little help, so he gets some Merc help. So why not Slade? And man, that would be an excellent battle with the Turtles and then Slade, and then maybe have to add Master Splinter into that as well. Ooh, can you imagine that? I would have even said Ra's al Ghul to a degree, because also I can see the Turtles dealing with the League of Assassins, and trying to stop Ra's from trying to eradicate human life and reborn Earth the way he wants it to be and stuff like that. So yeah, I can see that as well. But yeah, definitely Slade, Deathstroke. Your next question is: have you played Turtles Smash Up? And if you did you like it? And if not, then how would you have made it? The Smash Up, I've only played a demo, never fully played the entire game. A friend of mine actually had the demo one time. My friend John, he actually had the demo. When I went over to his house one day, he had the demo and I played it. It was fun. It wasn't that bad. But the latest, the other game that came out, the later one, that the most recent one that came out, Out of the Sewer, I think that's what it's called. I like that one. Out of the Shadows, yeah, there we go. Out of the Shadows. Thank you. That one I really enjoyed. Um, Most of the Turtle games have always been side scroll beat 'em ups, or they were like an arcade fighter, like Street Fighter. That's one of the games, and that came out for the Super Nintendo, which was really no. It came out for the Super Nintendo. It came out for other systems, but I think at that time it was better on the Super Nintendo than anything. I remember Mikey having a projectile move called Dragon Breath, and he shoot a ball of energy out of his mouth. It's supposed to be like he had bad breath from eating too much pizza. It was kind of cool, but I enjoyed that too. But yeah, I did enjoy Smash Up. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. Not at all. Your next question, your third question, TMNT and FF, what would they think of each other? Okay, this your last question. If the Turtles met the Fantastic Four, uh, man, Donnie would be in nerd heaven around Reed. Could you imagine Donnie and Reed? Oh my God, that would be amazing because they would just be. Donnie would probably have found his idol. Like he would probably be bowing to Reed. Uh, Mikey and Johnny would hit it off so well. I think Raph and Thing Ben, they're going to be clicking. And Leo, I think Leo would be a circle of all of them, but I think Leo definitely would be kind of really much talking to Sue a lot as well, like, and the kids and the rest of the kids, Franklin and Valerie, definitely. But yeah, and of course throw Master Splinter in there. Man, they would get along very well. They would think well high of each other. Like I said, Donnie and Reed, man, it'd be like that'd be like heaven to Donatello. Meeting somebody of an intellect like Reed Richards, good stuff. You know it. You better believe that. So, but thank you for the questions. Red, uh, just Instes. I'm probably butchered. I apologize. Don't mean to butcher the name, but yeah. Let me fix my camera. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. Number two. Next questioner, Law Senpai. Your first question is: did you like the 2003 series? Hell yeah, hell yeah. I was just recently at this earlier today. I was watching all the openings of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, excluding one show, which is the New Mutation. I fucking hate that. I hate that series. I'm sorry. I when Saban got hold of Turtles, I was like, get away. Like, no. Uh-uh. But yeah, I love the 2003 Turtles series. I was loving that, and I love that one, the original series. But when they went Back to the Future, that shit, I Into the Future, whatever the hell it was called, I couldn't take that. I didn't like that one at all. Uh, you know, and then they went back to this. Yeah, Fast Forward. That was it. Turtles Fast Forward. I did not like that. I didn't like the animation. It just looked really too cartoonyish. I didn't like that. Um, and then when it went back to the sewers, I was just like, okay, this series came out right around the time the TMNT movie came out, the CGI movie. So, and they said it was supposed to be more homage to that. And I was like, okay, but it was cool. I didn't mind that one too much. I mean, the series ended with if I remember correctly, the series ended with Casey and April getting married. So it was like, okay. And then, of course, the 2012 series, which is on Nick. But the 2003 series, I have that all on VHS, like, because you can't find it on DVD. You can't find that. I don't know where that is. So I was the type of guy that actually loved recording Saturday morning cartoons. Uh, like, look over in that corner over there. You see that stuff over there, guys? You see all that? That's just cartoons all over there. If you can see right there, not my bench set. Sorry, but you see all those VHS tapes. Those are just cartoons of series that have not come on DVD or so that you can't find. I do have a website that I can go to watch a lot of classic cartoons, but I have most of my stuff on VHS, and they still work well. And I will break them out and watch them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it about that. But let's move on to your next question. Well, somebody, who was your favorite turtle? Mikey. It's actually a tie. Actually, um, it's very much a tie. It's actually a tie between it's actually a tie between Mikey and Leo. I've always been attached to Leo ever since I was a kid. Especially when you know my friends and I, we would play the turtles. Like, we would have our adventures as the turtles, and I was always Leonardo. If I wasn't Leonardo, I was Michelangelo, and they always, and being that I was probably one of the few out of my friends that knew how to use all the turtles' weapons. Like, it was, I trained to use those weapons. Like, I trained with size. I trained with the bow staff. The bow staff was the first weapon I learned how to use. I trained with the size. I trained with nunchucks. I'm no Bruce Lee, but I'm pretty good with them. The first, the and I've learned with the katana blades, and that was the scariest to use, the weapon to use, because that it was a real katana, and it was to the point where uh, my teacher, she would tell me, like, this is no joke. Be careful with this. You can seriously injure yourself. And of course, you train with a wooden stick first, but then you get the real giant. I was like, yeah, this is kind of scary. God, God only knows if I had to cut myself, but I never cut myself. Never cut myself. I've hit myself a couple times with this bow staff, whacked myself a couple times with nunchucks. Uh, the funniest thing is, my sensei, she used to always say, be careful, because they hit back. Don't try to do anything you can't do. And other students that they would try to be all fancy. And I remember one dude, forgot his name, but he was like the tallest in our class, and he trying to be all willy nilly, and he swung, and one of them hit him right in the throat, and I was just like, oh man, he fell to the ground, the just like, and it was just, she was right, and so it was right. She was like, don't joke around with these. It was nothing to. It was something not to be just forewarned. Like, you can seriously get hurt with these weapons. Let's see. Next up is see, what's your next question, Law? But yeah, like I said, it's always been a tie between Mikey and Leo. I like Raph and I like Donnie. Don't get me wrong, but my favorites has always been a tie between those two. Uh, your next question is, if you could make your own turtle, how would you make him or her? Weapon, mask color, name, and personality. Good question. This is a good question. I like this. This is good stuff right here. If I could have made a fifth turtle, it would he would probably be It would be I probably would make it a female. No, there've been a female. Yeah, I think I'd make another female. Uh, her color would be. Mm, she would probably have white. Her mask would be white. Yeah, white, and she would have um probably a halberd or something like that, or tomfas. Her personality would be kind of the very calm one, very calm. Like she's the calmest one out of all of them. Like, but when she's fighting, like, you know what she would be like? Her personality would be kind of like Ronda Rousey. That's basically how her personality would be. In terms of her name, it would be. I would try to keep it. I would still try to keep the name close to. Um, I would try to keep it close to very close to the Renaissance era. So um, they've already had a Venus. I would probably name Athena. Yeah, that'd be a cool name. Yeah, there you go. I'd actually call her Athena. So let's see. Yeah, Athena. That would be her name. Athena, white man, personality similar to Ronda Rousey, and she would have either tonfas, basically urethra sticks, or I said halibut, halibut, or even maybe just crew neck with chains, like a crew neck with chains. You know. Your next question. Let's see. Your that was your third question. Fourth question is, what other part of the world would you like to see the turtles in, and why? Well, they've done Japan. They've always done Japan, so that's fine. Uh, Someplace that they would also be kind of represented, maybe gods. So I'm thinking, you know, avatars of gods, that gods. So Africa, see the turtles in Africa. That'd be kind of interesting. You know, how the natives or people would look at them and things like that. Africa, or maybe South Pacific, somewhere on one of the Polynesian islands or somewhere like that. Not just Japan. Have they ever gone to China? I would like to see that because they always just go to Japan. It's always Japan. We've seen them kind of go to the Amazon once in a while, but yeah. Let's see. Next up, next question is. Oh, let me see. So moving on. That's and your last question for Lost Empire. What's your favorite TMNT moment? Comics, movies, or cartoons, etc. Uh doesn't matter. Okay, there's so many moments, but I thought a big moment for me personally because it was almost as if it was building up for a long time. Somewhere in some shape or form, we saw that being built was the fight between Leonardo and Raphael from the TMNT CGI movie. That was a moment. That was a real legit moment in terms of the two eldest brothers kind of going at it. Like, and it was kind of hard, especially if you're very close to your brother, and you're close to brothers, but there are times, there are things, you're gonna not like about, one's brother, your brother, or something like something that they do that may not like, and vice versa. But your brothers and you stick together, and your blood, and that was hard, because just watching them argue over the situation, because Raph was going out being like this vigilante, the Night Watcher. That was what his name was. Yeah, Night Watcher. And Leo finally confronted him. Didn't know it was Raphael until he saw it, and then then it became more of like, all right. And then after kind of the battle was over, Leo gets captured, and Raph is long gone. Like, he ran out of, I wouldn't say anger. I think it was anger, but also just, I can't believe I did that. In grief. And he comes back, and Leo's gone. So he really saying to Splinter, I did something really stupid. So it's always been that case. Raphael's anger always gets the best of him sometime, and that's one of the personalities that some people like about Raphael. But then that's also the personality that some people don't like about Raphael, is that he's the hothead. He's the one, he leaps first without thinking. You know what I'm saying? So that's also another focus as well. But yeah, that's a moment right there. But thank you, Senpai, for the questions. Let's see. Moving on. Next up is Andre Pardrick. Who is your favorite TMNT villain? Uh, does anybody have to ask? Um, it is the Shredder. I mean, there are other villains, but it always comes full circle back to the Shredder. Always, always. It's always full circle. Shredder. You know what I'm saying? Shredder. Bam. So definitely, I definitely can see, it's the Shredder. But I like Krang. I like Lord Dre, and the Hun and Karai and Bebop and Rocksteady, and all the other villains, the Rat King, and people like that. But look, it's the Shredder. The Shredder. Watch out for Shredder. Let's see. Next question is, and I will get to all the other questions that if you're leaving questions in the comment section, guys, I'm gonna get to those after I finish these questions. So don't worry, I'm gonna get to those questions. But let's see what else you have for me, Andre. What are your thoughts on the new TMNT series? I love it. I think it's a good combination. It is so much homage. Say what you want. It's on Nickelodeon, but there's some episodes you're like, whoa, they went really extreme. That the first issue of Slash, the first episode of Slash when he first came on, and I got to give props to Corey Feldman voicing him. It was great. But yeah, when he came on, man, he fucked them up, and it was just like, god damn, like when he bounced Donatello, like Donnie bounced, he went up, he was going up, and then he got Slash hit him down again. It was just like, yo, this is a serious episode. That right there. And I actually did a thought video on that and praised that episode because that's how good it was. I was like, man, Slash really came off like Sabretooth in that episode, but it's just really scary. The scary Sabretooth, the one that is like, oh man, Sabretooth, oh boy. Yeah, I love it. I'm enjoying it. It's doing so well. They've already got a 5th season, and they're not even done with the 3rd season yet. They haven't even finished season 3 yet. Before it even go into season 4, because season 4 they are going to start introducing the pteranodons and all that. And I've seen pictures of what they're going to look like. They look fierce. and I was like, yes, they look great. So yeah, I love the new series. The only thing I say I don't like about it, and these are just my nitpicks about it, is the crying. I hate how they. Oh, that is just so fucking annoying to myself. Like, I am the one that it is the one called the turtles, and they've got. And I'm like, oh, would you shut up? Like, shut up with that, please. And the other thing, say what you look, guys. I'm not the biggest fan of the voice actor for Michelangelo. I never have been. I've never been big on him for Beast Boy. You know, it's just like when I pictured Beast Boy finally coming, uh, you know, live to TV. I never pictured him having like a high squeaky pitch voice, even as a kid. I always thought Beast Boy would have like almost kind of a very mature, deep voice. You know, kind of like mine's in a sense. You know, just because of what he is. Just I never really get really high squeaking. And I also think I don't like how they make Mikey too much of the doofus in this. I've been a big advocate of. I hate that when they make Mikey the dumbo or the doofus of the group. Oh, he's the younger brother, so he's got to be the doofus. I'm like, no, don't do that. You know, but I love the series. I love it. It's sad that Jason Biggs left the series, and we still really have no clue why he left to voice Michael to Leonardo. But I think Seth Green has been doing a pretty decent job of taking over Leo's voice, and they kind of even explain why he has a different voice. I love that. I love when they did that, like, oh, what's wrong with his voice and everything like that. It was really funny. But yeah, I love it. And you keep some of the old cats, like you got Rob Paulson, who's been doing the Turtles for years, and he's just doing a different turtle now. He used to do Raphael, now he's doing Donatello. And Donnie having this big crush on April is just so hilarious to me. It's kind of cute though, but it's also to the point. It's like, Donnie, you can't. You're not gonna be. You're not gonna get in them panties. It's like, it's that's I don't think April's into bestiality. It's just certain things like that you realize, and but it is what it is. But I love the series. I really do. It's so much fun, and them introducing new characters, like they introduced Mondo Gecko, and that was great. And it's funny because it was the same actor who voiced Michelangelo from the original movies. And he was saying Cowabunga, and now Mikey now is starting to say Cowabunga. I'm like, oh, thank God, because if I started hearing him say Booyakasha, I was gonna choke. Like, I want to hear that famous C word. Let's go. You know, you can't take that away from Michelangelo. It's just like, give it to him. Your next question is, who was your favorite female mutant? Um, I'm gonna have to go with. I would say Apelex. She's like the Ninja Fox. She's in a comics, but she's cool. There was another female fox that was during a mutant fox that Raph had a crush on when the Turtles franchise was still with Archie Comics. She was cool. Mona Lisa is great. The lizard who is going to be in the fourth season. She's going to be introduced in the fourth season of Turtles. And Zelda Williams, Robin Williams' daughter, is going to voice her. So I thought that was great. I'm like, yeah. Um, I wouldn't say Venus because she was only in the New Mutation. She wasn't really real. But she's there. It's cool. I really wish she was real. That'd be still cool. it's really cool to see them actually bring in her into the current series now. Let's see. Your next question is, which Ninja Turtle do you personally relate to the most? Leonardo, pretty much. If it's not Leo, it's Mikey. Like I said, it's a combination of those two. You know, Leo is the oldest and he has the most responsibility. He always wants to do right. But that's pretty much me. I'm the oldest of my siblings. So it's like and you want to do the right thing in his eyes. Show look. And but Mikey is the goof. He's the geek. He reads comics. He does this. He does. That's me. That's me as well. I'm not as hot headed as Raph. You know, I'm not dumb either. I'm not dumb, but you know, uh, I really converse more with Donnie, Leo, and Mikey. Next question. Which turtle story arc from the comics is your all-time favorite? Oh man, that's a hard question right there because there have been good story arcs, depending on which company had them. Whether it was the original from Mirage, when Image had the Turtles franchise, uh, IDW now has it. Archie Comics had them. Uh, if I was to take it from the current stuff now, I would probably have to say the city. What the hell is the Oh crap, city. Oh man, I'm forgetting the name of the story arc, but it was the city. Damn it, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it was a good story arc. That was really good. Right before they brought in Bebop and Rocksteady into the current IDW series, good stuff. Uh, but yeah, but thank you, Andre, for the questions. Go on to the next, and that is from. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing this right. Hakilos, Los. If I'm butchering the name, I apologize. Don't mean it at all. But first question: is who is the best female turtle? April Turtle. Wait, who is best female turtle? April Turtle from Archie Run or Venus de Milo from the live action? Oh, okay, yeah. Uh, best female. Uh, I don't. I would say Venus because, but I wasn't a big fan. I'm not. I don't like the New Mutation. Never liked that series. I hated it. I hated it. I I hate that. That is one of two of out of the Turtles franchise. Out of their well, there's more, but in terms of TV wise, I hated that. And even when the Turtles teamed up with the Power Rangers, I was like, what is this? I was like, I hate it. I hate that. I can't. I'm sorry. But I'll go with Venus. I remember when April was a turtle in the Archie run. Uh, Next question is what is your favorite Turtles animated series? Ooh, good one. I'm gonna exclude the '87 series because that's what I grew up with. But if I was to choose out of the others, the 2003. Yep. Yeah. Did you see Superman Legend anime? No, haven't. And is that even Turtles wise? I don't know. But no, I haven't. Uh, Next question is: do you still want to see the next live action movie? No, I don't care about it. Still don't care about it. I don't care that they're trying to make it feel more like what my generation grew up with. I mean, you got Bebop and Rocksteady going to be in there. You got now the real like Shredder is going to be Asian, and I wish none but the best for Brian T. And the girl who's playing Karai, I'm not gonna lie, man, she is smoking hot. I'm like, wow, she's pretty. She is gorgeous, but still too late. A little too late for that. You know, I don't care. I want nothing to do with anything Bay has his mitts in. Nothing. No, nothing from my childhood. They ruined Transformers for me. I mean, I can watch the first one, but the others I can't touch. Uh, he Turtles. Even though he may have not directed it, he's still a part of it. He produced the damn thing. No, don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. So no, I won't yet. How long should Donnie stay in his robot body? Talking about the current comic, he's in the metalhead body right now. Um, they'll probably give it probably maybe a couple more issues. They got issue 50 coming up now soon, but I doubt he'll be in there. I would say they'll probably bring him back maybe I'll say Octoberish, Septemberish. I'm just that's just kind of me going on that tangent. So yeah. But thank you for the questions. Let's move on to the next, shall we? On to the next. And we have Damon Rojano. If I'm butchering your name, I apologize, guys. I don't mean that. Which villain do you think deserves more exposure and time to shine? Rat King. Rat King. Hun. Uh, yeah, Hun, Rat King. I would love to see them even bring old Hub into the current cartoon series. I think he could work. But yeah, Rat King all the way. Rat King definitely. You know, um, because when they did Rat King in the uh, the current series, man, he was creepy, and he had like that scarecrow s vibe, which I love. I was like, oh, this is good. Keep this going, you know. But yeah, Rat King definitely, I think, needs more shine. Um, Next up, what animal mutant would you like to see that has not been shown yet? A panther, a black panther, a black panther. Maybe more flying bird, maybe more bird mutants like an eagle. Let's see, a bear. Very, you know, maybe it'd be kind of cool to see a whale. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see what else we have here. Next question is, which incarnation of any characters do you think has a better portrayal than any of the other series? Example of me, 2003 Case Jones was way better than his 80s version of him. Uh, 2003's version of Casey Jones was kind of the numbskull. He was kind of the jock. But 80s, Casey Jones was this badass Clint Eastwood, no nonsense, crazy man. Like Casey Jones is gonna. He felt like, you know what 80s Casey Jones felt like, and this is to all my wrestling fans out there. He felt like a combination of Clint Eastwood, the Ultimate Warrior, all wrapped up into one. Because this dude was nuts. Like he would just flip out. Like he just had the you just said the wrong words around him would set 80s Casey Jones off. And he would never say those famous words that he was saying in the comics, as well as later on Goongala. He would never say that. He was always dead serious. It was just like, yo, this Casey's kind of sick. But I would have to say I would say current Splinter is better than all the other Splinters. I love current Splinter. He really has this very Obi-Wan, Bruce Lee-esque vibe to him that I love. It's like, when he, Yame, and when they're doing their katas and everything like that, and he gets into it, he is dead serious. When he's in a fight, when he's fighting Shredder, he is legit scary. Especially because he is fully, once he really goes rat, it's scary. It's like, god damn, like that's scary. So I'm gonna say current Splinter. So basically, when did the current series come out? 2012. So 2012 Splinter is better than the Splinters now. He is legit scary. Like he is somebody like you could see, okay, that's my sensei and somebody you don't want to fuck with. He is scary. Like I said, when he fought Splinter, I think in the season finale of season one, and at first, he was fighting Shredder like as a man, but then he was like, "You're right, Shredder. I'm not a man anymore." And he flipped and went rat kung fu and rat ninjutsu jutsu on him. It was scary. So yeah, I'll say that. That's just me. Opinions vary. All right. So, but thank you for the questions, uh, Damien. I move on to Joet Dragon. Yo, Juan, what's up? Which is the best version of the Turtles? Best version of the Turtles in terms of series wise or just period? I'm gonna say, believe it or not, I'm gonna say the '07 Turtles from the TMNT movie. CGI. I thought that was a good blend of what you wanted from each turtle. You had Leo being kind of the leader and everything like that. Donnie, the brains, and Mikey was not too goofy and not too silly. He also had, it was like up here, like that. It's not just the jerk and the goofball. And then you had Raph, who was voiced by Nolan North. It shows you how talented Nolan North is. Like, I told some people that, and nobody believed me. I'm like, yes, Nolan North did Raphael. They're like, that didn't sound like him. There you go. That didn't. He played Penguin in the Arkham series. That sound like him? Nope. But yeah, that's probably my best turtle incarnation of the turtles. The next question is, would there be a war between the foot and the hand? Absolutely. Shoot, hell yeah. That's no question about it. Which is the worst version of the turtles? Me, the whole Michael Bay version. Uh, I'm gonna say those, even though I didn't see, but reason why I put them because they're just too fucking big. I'm like, how are they ninja and they're this big that they just look. When I saw the what they look like, they scared me a little bit. I'm like, no. But I'll also throw in the mutation in there too. No, I can't stand those ones either. Um, let's see what else we got. What kind of relationship would you have with Splinter and the Turtles if you trained with them, each of them separately? Oh, we'd be cool. Splinter, I'd be really fond of. Mikey, we'd be hitting it off like that. Leo, same thing. Donnie, I I'd be, I'd be with him as well. But I'd probably question a lot of things like, so how come you never did this or create this or do anything like that? You know, Raph, I'd call Raph out on a lot of his crap though. It'd be like Raph, you do this every time. Like, why do you do this? Why do you gotta get so hot headed about, or you know, we're like maybe we're just on a stakeout. Our job is just to observe, just a foot, and just get them. And I literally, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, no, our mission was just watch, observe. But I'd get along with Raph too. But I would call him out on his. I'd tell him like, Raph, you got anger issues, man. You need help. You better get help for that. You know. Uh, could you see Raph in a psychiatry? So why are you so angry, my boy? That'd be funny. What's the next one you have? Let's see. Okay. And last question you have is which is the best game? Which is the best? My favorite are Turtles in Time and Tournament Fighter. This Tournament Fighter was good. Turtles in Time, classic. Love that one. Then there was also the the only turtle game to come out for the Sega Genesis, the Hyperstone Heights. That was good too. The original Turtles game for the regular NES. But I'm sorry, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game says it all. Can't go wrong with that. And I have that downloaded on my Xbox 360. That was actually the first digital game I downloaded on my Xbox 360. I remember when here in New York, well, you probably have it in other places too, Nathan's, but I think Nathan's is really a kind of a New York thing though. But when arcades was big back in the '90s, my cousins and I we would go up to Nathan's and open and go inside the arcade, huge arcade in there, and we would all run. That'd be the first game we run to, and we would probably spend alone $2 on that game to beat the whole thing. Usually $2 because we were really good at it. Like none of us really died like right at first. Oh, shell shock, and things like no. We would get through all of us together. Like my cousins and I would be Leo. My cousin Crystal, she would be Michelangelo. Her sister Monique would be Donatello, and their cousin Guy would be Raphael. And we would get through that game just like that. It'd be great. It was good times, good times. But yeah, let's move on. Next up, 5863 to HHHHH. Hello. Okay. Cowabunga or Booyakasha? Favorite is the former. Cowabunga. I don't mind the Booyakasha, but when I hear Booyakasha, I'm thinking of a reggae song. Booyaka, booyaka, uh, or, or things like that. But it's Cowabunga all the way. Like when Mikey's now saying it now. Remember when who's the Mondo Gecko? Mondo was like, Mikey is like, Cowabunga. That sounds. That's what he said. It sounds so 90s or 80s. No, it sounds so old. Huh? Yeah, so old. I'm like, oh, Mikey, that really. I was like, ugh, that cut me deep. That was like somebody just shot me. Like, I was like, Mikey, you pissed me off right there. What are you doing? I hope that wasn't a shot. Yeah. Which character are you waiting for to join the current ongoing of the TMNT books by Kevin Eastman? It is by far the best series for the Turtles I have read. Hell, is one of the best comics, period. Yes, Kevin Eastman. Kevin Eastman has shown that he hasn't missed a step, a beat with the Turtles. I mean, he co-created them, him and Peter Lard. And though what I don't like about Kevin Eastman is like he's so eager to say everything is good about that comes out of Turtle. Like he's big on the movies, the current movies that Bay produces. Lard hated them. He hated everything about it. He hated who. Huh? He wanted no, and yeah, they wanted him as an advocate on it or something like that. Peter Lard wanted nothing to do with those that movie. He was like, once they announced he hated the look of the turtles. He once they announced who April was, he went to Twitter and just showcased his disdain of it. Like, this is disgusting. Remember, there was a period where the movie was like called off. Yeah, there were times where the movie was called off. I know, but yeah, Kevin Eastman. But in terms of the series wise, the current series on IDW, it is one of the best series. It is one of the as of right, it is probably one of the great uh comic series now. And anybody that always asks me, I want to get into indie comics outside of the big two, I always tell them, get in the Turtles, get the IDW Turtles series. But if there's any character I want to see brought in, it's probably Mona Lisa or the Rat King. I would like to see that. Or have they brought in Leatherhead yet? I have they brought. I'm trying to remember. Did they bring in Leatherhead? I think in terms of the comic series, I can't remember. They have. But even if they brought in another turtle, like if they did their version of Venus, I'd take it. Let's see. Which animal do you see Shredder turning into if he was to be exposed to the mutagen? A scorpion. Shredder would be a scorpion. Yep. I would. Yep. That's what he would be turned. But you think, remember, you got to. The mutagen works. You have whatever animal you are in contact with, that's what you'll turn into. But if he was, I'd say a scorpion or a snake. How would the turtles react to the the bias face the biasness faced by mutants in the Marvel universe? Oh man, oh, that is a good question. I like that. Man, they would understand it so well. But the thing about it is, they would not really. They would understand it, but they would also be like, "But he looks human." Like the mutants that look human, they would not really understand. Like, they don't look any different than regular humans. They just have these abilities. So Mikey would just be disgusted by, like, these guys are heroes. Like, dudes, like, why are you scared of them? And things like that. But characters like Nightcrawler, Beast, Marrow, a lot of the Morlocks, Calabac, all those, they could understand. They would, we understand. But that is an excellent question. That's a question that I would like to hear other people comment on. That's a good question right there. Yeah, that is a good question. I like that. Next question, and your last question is, which character could lead their own spin-off show for the Turtles? Um, I wouldn't mind seeing a Casey Jones series, like a Casey Jones spin-off, series. Showcase what Casey does when he's not with the Turtles. He's also his own vigilante as well. So, seeing him, uh, it'd be cool. They have done micro series about those, so those are pretty good. But yeah, but think, but yeah, in terms of the Turtles, I can't really see them being by themselves. It's like for very long. Like a mini series, okay, but ongoing series, no. They're a team. They've been a team for over 30 years now. Yeah, 30 years. About 30 years in Cali. Yeah, 32, 30 some years now. Like you can't change that. You know. Next up, Darth Venom. Hey, this dude's always got questions for me. I always like the questions he have. How would the turtles react to watching the 2014 film? Oh boy. Uh Raph would probably have a fit and probably do like he did in that mock parody that they did when they had this girl play Megan Fox, and they were Raph did the he was doing the interrogation scene from Dark Knight with Joker, and he's just, where's Bay, and he's gonna make us look like goofs, and it was spot on. It was so funny, but it was great. I loved it. Uh, yeah, Raph would have a fit. Like, we're gonna get this guy. I want to kill this guy. That Michael Bay guy. Where is he? Where does he live? Like, we're gonna find him. Like, ugh. Even April would probably be very disappointed in her portrayal, depending on which incarnation we're talking. I don't care which one. They would all probably be like, huh? Like, no. Next up is what is your favorite and least favorite Turtles film? My favorite Turtles film is the original. Can't go wrong with that. My least favorite one, even though I haven't even seen that 2014, that'll be there. I don't care for that movie at all. So I like Secret of the Ooze, and I hope and I want to say give a shout out because I'm hoping the actor uh, Ernie Reyes Jr. I hope he is. I hope he finds the help, the procedure, so he can get the procedure for his heart, I think, or something like that. I know something's going on. The actor who played Kino, I'm hoping he's getting serious help. I'm praying that I've been praying for him a lot lately. And yes, I liked the third one, guys. I'm sorry. I like the third movie. Some people don't acknowledge that it exists, but it exists because, and I enjoyed the 2007 movie, the CGI. I thought that was great. I loved Sarah Michelle Gellar as April. Thought she voiced April well. Hell, Chris Evans voiced Casey Jones in that. That was great. And that was Mako, the late great Mako's last performance, and I think thought he did good job as Splinter. Let's see. Next question is, what kind of banter would the turtles have with Deadpool? Oh my God. Raph would probably like, would you shut up? Like, okay. Donnie would, this guy's crazy. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Leo would be like, look, like he's good, but he's nuts. I think Mikey would be like, this guy's a goof, but he's cool. But look at his red suit, it's so cool. Like, then Wade be like, talking turtles, cool. Blah blah. They would just go back and forth, especially Mikey and Wade. They would just, oh my God. But Raph would have a fit. Like, can I kill him? Splinter and Yoda versus Shredder and Darth Vader. Who wins? Mm, I say reason why I say Splinter and Yoda because Shredder don't take orders from nobody, and there's a big Shredder has a big ego, and if Vader has Splinter at his mercy where he can kill, Shredder won't allow it. He would probably backstab Shredder Vader in the back real quick, just like that. Not even. I'm not even joking. That's a plus. He would do that. He would backstab Shredder big time. And I'm gonna be right back, guys. Mouth's getting a little dry. Uh, okay, I apologize for that. Sorry about the break, but I needed something to wet my whistle. Next up, your next question, Darth Venom, is what anime would each of the turtles be watching? Leo would watch Rurouni Kenshin. Raph would probably watch Ninja Scroll. Uh, Donnie probably something Mecha Gundams or something like that. Mikey all over. I think Mikey would watch DBZ or something like that, or Yu Yu Hakusho, things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. If Raph would, if not Ninja Scroll for Raph, Berserk, or maybe even Baki. Yeah, Baki the Grappler. That's another one I'll throw in there. All right. So, but thank you for the questions, Venom. Move on to Miko Trailmill. I'm gonna try to run through a little bit more quicker and stop expanding my answers. But you know me, guys. That's what I do. Uh, yeah. What's with the turtles' obsession with pizza, and have they and have all the incarnations of that shared it? Yes. Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. It is what it. Pizza is just. It's. I think if I remember correctly, it does come with the setting of the turtles. It's New York, and one thing that's big in New York is pizza. So, you know, there's almost if you are in New York City or just New York, there's a pizza station, pizza parlor almost on every corner. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, to a degree, yeah, pretty much. And take it from me. I'm a New Yorker, so just take it from me. I'm just letting you know what it is. Which incarnation of Raph is the meanest? Meanest. Um, I would probably have to say 2003 Raph is kind of the meanest. If not that, uh, now Raph is kind of because he just kind of dogs on Mikey all the time. Very abusive too. Like he's very abusive. I'm like, damn, Mike. Next up, which incarnation of turtles were the most in sync in terms of fighting together? 2003, definitely. Uh, the cartoon 2003 Turtles. I would say the first movies Turtles, they were very in sync, fighting together, and currently now kinda, but also the yeah, that would be pretty much it. Next question is yeah. Fourth question is: are there any other foods that the turtles like besides pizza? Yeah, there's other foods they eat. I mean, look at all the food they put on their pizza. They are eating other foods. It's not just pizza. I mean, Mikey eats other stuff. They all eat other stuff. It's not just not pizza. All right. But next up, thank you for the questions. Next up is Green Arrow Hunter. What are your favorite TNT fan films? Uh, haven't watched a lot of fan films of Turtles. The one I know vividly that I just watched it again was where April is in her apartment and I believe it's the Foot Clan or somebody she's writing a story on. They break into her apartment. They actually beat her down. Like they punch her and everything like that, and they're about to kill her. And Raph actually was watching them. He sneaks in and uh, stops him. The costume that the actor had was really good. I was like, wow, this looks pretty good. Um, and when he's gonna check on April, she has like a miniature knife, and she's like, "Don't come near me." So it's almost like they never met, but it was really good. I thought that was a really good fan film. I haven't seen a lot of uh, turtle fan film. If anybody has any recommendations, send me the vids. I'll watch them. Okay, all right. Your next question is: Should there be should there be female turtles? Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. Do you think that the Triceratons would work for a TMNT live action movie? Uh, yeah, it would be kind of cool because then we're starting to get in the extraterrestrial realm of the turtles, which is also cool too. Um, and I don't know, and really, I'm just scared that if they do it, they're gonna fuck it up. I'm scared they're just gonna ruin it. But I wouldn't mind it seeing the Triceratons. Tons. What's your favorite of all the TMNT animated series? I answered that already. That's the 2003. I excluded the original, but saw 2003. Should Miyamoto Usagi ever appear one of the TMNT live action? Uh, Basically Stagio Jimbo. Basically, that's who he's talking about. Um, the problem is that he's not he was not created by Peter Lard and Kevin Eastman, but we have seen him in various series. We've seen him in the original series. We've seen him in the 2003 series. I think there's a standard relationship between them and the original the creators. Like, they can use him, and we've seen like hints, wink, wink, hints at him being in the current series now. Because I have no clue. I have no doubts that the person that cut off yeah, who cut off Tiger Claw's tail is him. But yeah, I wouldn't mind, seeing, but the thing about I wouldn't mind because some people say, oh, well, who's gonna take a Samurai Rabbit serious? If people took a gun towing raccoon serious, like why can't they take that serious? You know. But thank you for the questions, Hunter. Uh, John Kramer, what are some characters you would like to see in the current cartoon or film? Current cartoons, like I said, we already got the Rat King. I would love to see the Rat King in a film, but hey, uh, we're gonna get the Triceratodon, so that's gonna be great. I would love to see some characters from that's currently in the comic, the IDW comic, come over into the cartoon. Like I said, Old Hub, the cat, the one eye cat, uh, a Palex, the female Konoichi, Nobody, um, wait, basically Angel, from the Purple Dragons. Would love to see we they brought Hun in, and the current cartoons Hun is just a homage to Bruce Lee because he looks just like Bruce Lee, fights like him, he's, and all that, it's just like but there are some characters. Next up, uh, favorite TMNT video game. I answered that already, but I answered again, no problem. I liked Out of the Ship, Out of the Shadow. I thought that was really good. I liked that they when they would interact with each other. That was cool. But of course, that original 1989 and arcade game, great. Turtles in Time, great. There's so many. All the Turtles games were fun. That's all they're meant to be. They're just meant to be fun. You know, and they're really supposed to be really graphically amazed. They were just fun games that you could sit down and play with your friends or your cousins. Cousins come over, oh, let's play together. Things like that. Um, what's your opinion on Karai in the current cartoon? Kelly who? Let's go down to Kelly who. Fucking love. It's just a beautiful woman right there. God. But uh, this Karai is different. They made her kind of young like the rest, but I instantly knew that she was Splinter's daughter, Miwa. I knew right away. I was like, that's his daughter. Um, and the only other thing I say about her is that she looks like a monkey. She does. She looks like a monkey. The design of her face, the way her face is structured, she looks like a monkey. I'm not even joking. I am not joking about that. She does. She looks like a monkey. But other than that, she's cool. She's cool. She's not too serious all the time. Like you could see, like in the beginning, she was flirting with Leonardo. Like she flirted with him, like hey Leo, like before because the Karai before that from the she was really serious. Like hell, she even became Shredder. You know, she even became the Shredder. It's just like man, she went serious. She looked at the Utrom Shredder as her father. It was just like she's deadly and she's cuckoo too. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. That looks like to be all your questions, John. Thank you for the questions, John. Next up, hey, Jacob Harper. What up, Jacob? How you doing, bro? My old friend. Oh boy, this is gonna probably bring back memories for you. Okay, this is kind of hard since we've known each other since the third grade. Yes. Um. Yes. But okay. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Did you like when Image Comics had the TMNT franchise? I did not mind that they had it. Not too many story arcs stand out for me when Image had the Turtles lineup. I know they really went more of the retro look with all of them having the red band, the red bandana. It's just like they really didn't, they said Leo, Mikey, all that stuff, and you knew which one was because they had the different weapon, but they didn't have the different color bands. Each one of them had the red. Nobody had a different color. But I think they would change it after a while. Like they were like, okay, we got to change this. But I did not mind Jacob at all, too much. Next up, thoughts on the classic crossover Savage Dragon and TMNT. I love that crossover. Savage Dragon and the TMNT and the Turtles. I thought that was really good. See, you got to remember that's when Turtles was with Image. So and Savage Dragon has been an Image boy for years since he first came out, since day one. So it was interesting to see the Turtles with Savage Dragon, who at that time was still a cop. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. I've read it, but I don't have it in my collection. I actually been trying to find it actually to buy it. Next up, if mutagen fell on you, what animal do you hope you're near to touch? A cat. I don't care if it's a cat. Like if I'm near a cat, I'm touching it. If I'm near a dog, I'm touching it. Uh, I just hope that I get if I got mutagen poured on me outside late at night and I ran into a skunk because there's a bunch of skunks around my block all the time, I'd be scared. Like, oh God, I'm gonna turn into that. Or maybe raccoons because raccoons are always there, or possums. Like, oh, I don't want to turn into a possum. Like that would be kind of cool. Maybe to turn a possum like a fake being dead. But uh, uh, not maybe a squirrel. Maybe I have the agility, but a cat definitely because I love cats or dogs, and so it'd be like that. Like if it's a cat, like my agility, my sense of smell, all that would be like heightened. I'd probably see in the dark, things like that, and I probably have retractable claws, like shink, whoa, shink. Wow, that doesn't even hurt at all. And probably my bones would probably be a little bit double jointed, a little bit. Cats or bones are very hollow like. And that's why if you ever see a cat fall, they spread out because their bones are really soft, and so when they land, they don't go splat. You know. The only problem is I probably having a milk addiction or something like that. Like, give me some milk, give it down, something like that. I'll be scared, but yeah, that'd be it, Jacob. And your next question is, should there be another CGI animated movie? Oh, that's your fourth question. Yeah, I wouldn't mind another CGI movie. That's where I really would have taken the Turtles for a while, in terms of movie wise. Keep them CGI. I would have kept it CGI instead of going live action and them being digital, which I didn't like. Big green giants. Uh, Next up, who who would you cast as April O'Neil? Oh, good question. Who would I cast as April O'Neil? That's easy. Uh, um, Anna, Miss Kendricks, and Anna Kendricks. She would have been Kendrick. Would have been if I was casting April O'Neil. She would be April O'Neil. Anna Kendrick, and she would be a combination of classic and old and new April. So she would be the reporter, but she would also have a thing for hand to hand combat and stuff like that. So yeah, yep. I love her. I love it. I love her, and she's just a good talent. She's got such a great sense of humor, and when I saw her for the first time, I'm like, what was the first movie I actually saw her in? It wasn't Scott Pilgrim because I've seen it before Scott Pilgrim, but but there but there, I was like, man, she looks like a young April. I could see her as April O'Neil, And yes, so yeah, Anna Kendrick. She would be my outcast as April O'Neil. All right. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, old friend. What was our third grade teacher name? Miss Tarpey. Yeah. 3T. 3T. Yeah. Miss Tarpey. Thanks, bro. I always appreciate it. Next and next up we have a week ago, Princess of Geeks. Serena. Hey Serena. Your questions are on a scale from 1 to 10. How excited are you about the upcoming TMNT Batman crossover? Oh my god. 1 to 10. It's off there. It's off there, sweetie. Yeah, it's off there. Uh, man, I can't wait to read that, and that comes out in November. So yeah, um, can't wait to see because I think it's going to be a 6-part miniseries. So yeah, it's going to be great. I think the turtles are transported into Gotham. I think so. We're going to see them interact with Gotham's finest. Next up, your next question is how 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 do you feel about Seamus playing Rocksteady? I, I, I was a little shocked. I did not expect Seamus to be Rocksteady. I was just like, I was just like, well, really? I was like, wow. So I was like, wow. So they're making Rocksteady in this universe Irish because I don't know if Seamus can pull off an American accent. If he can, great. But what they're looking like they're saying is like Seamus, this that world's Bebop is Irish, so we're gonna get an Irish Rhino man. Yeah, and there ain't no damn rhinos in Ireland. So, uh, so the only thing, and now anytime I'm wondering when he becomes rock steady, when he's charging, when you start him go, ah! Trying to or try to do a broad kick that's or something like that. I was like, nah, dude, that's too funny not to laugh at. But I'm like that just shocked me more than anything. I'm like, whoa, like really? But it still was to the point it's like it's still not gonna make me go see the movie. It's just like, you know. Next up, if you if Casey Jones met Daredevil, what would what would he like? Mate, I'm trying to read this right. If Casey Jones met Daredevil, what what would it be like? Okay, what would it be like? All right. Casey Jones meeting the man without fear. I think Casey would probably ask Daredevil, "Can you teach me a few things?" Like, you're pretty cool. Like, I think also if Daredevil, he was to think Matt was to tell Casey he's blind, he's gonna try to put that to the test. Like, you're really blind, and probably take out his hockey puck or a bat and go and try to. And I can see now he go and Matt ducks and he's like, "You said you were blind." It was like, well, your big mouth. I heard you coming. Like, it's like, something like that. But it'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. Favorite incarnation of April. Okay. Um, I would have to say probably 2003. April was my favorite. Uh, the one thing the only thing I liked about 87 April was that yes, she was a career woman. She had a job, a very high profile job. She was a reporter that's also dangerous. So that also made her the damsel in distress a lot, very much. I mean, not as bad as Princess Peach, but they were always in trouble. Or she was almost always in trouble. The turtles always had to save her, because she trying to get the story of the lifetime, something like that. But I'd say 2003 April was great, and and they kind of continued that run in the movie, the CGI movie, where she was kind of a badass too. So, all right. Apologize for that. Let's see what else you have for me. Um, your last question, Serena, is if the TMNT if the turtles met Goliath and his clan, what would happen if the turtles met Goliath and his clan? Ooh, turtles meeting Goliath and the rest of the gang. That would be cool. I would love to see that. I would love to have seen the turtles meet the gargoyles. That'd be great. A lot of wisdom that we going through, especially between maybe the the whole gang. Just for Leo, Splinter and Goliath. Goliath could tell them stories about what it was like back in the what was that? What century they were in? I jeez, I forget what century they were from, but yeah. But yeah, Mikey would think they were cool. Like, dudes, they turn to stone in the daytime. Like, cool. Like, you know, uh, Mikey and Broadway would hit it off a lot too. Like, let me show you how to cook some pizza, dude. Like, all these crazy combinations. This is anchovies and jelly bean, and you know what? Broadway would eat it too, because he'd eat anything. In the show, Broadway was eating just anything. He didn't care. One of my favorite lines from the movie was the show was like, "I wish I had something to eat," and then Lexington says, "You just ate. I know Chinese food. It was good too, but a few minutes later, I'm hungry again." And then it's kind of the joke with the MSG and stuff and Chinese food. Well, they don't put it over, but it was funny. Uh, Donnie and Lexington would hit it off. Leo could probably teach a little bit of a thing or two to Brooklyn about leadership, because Brooklyn is the second in command. So it'd be good. That'd be just great. I would love that. Um, mm, that'd be great. Raph would probably um I can see him with Brooklyn. I think the Turtles would probably try to hit on Angela. All of them probably would. Uh, but just realizing that that's Goliath's daughter, so it'd be like, okay, we gotta be careful. Um, but yeah, it'd be great. And Hudson, it'd be kind of Hudson, Splinter, and Goliath. Really like, bam. And if you want to throw in, April. April and Elisa would get along, but at least if depending on which incarnation of April we're talking about, because if it's reporter April, then Elise is going to be like empty all your pockets. If you got a camera on you, give it up. Casey was there, be cool too. But yeah. But thank you for the question. Uh, and the last No, wait. That's right. I got these are the last question that was sent to me on the announcement, and then I gotta go to my Twitter real quick, and then I can go back to the page and see what's going on the page below. All right. Like I said, guys, I haven't forgot about you. All right. Tack Hutch Jr. Tack Hutch. Brian? Brian, is that you? Yo, you got a YouTube now? I only have three, mate. Okay. All right. There's only a few friends I know that says mate to me, calls me mate. And I gotta go to this guy's Tack Hutch. That Tack Hutch Jr. Brian, that you? Okay, if you were casting for voices for a new TMNT cartoon, who would they be? Good question. If man, this could actually have gone on my creative series. But I could probably still do it. But yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Casting Leonardo. Mm, oh man, Christopher Daniel Barnes, the voice actor who voiced Peter Parker in the '90s. I think he could do it. If not him, damn, what's the actor who voiced Johnny Quest in the Real Adventures? He could probably pull it off. Josh Keaton for Donatello. Uh, I would continue. I would have Nolan North come back for Raphael, definitely. And Michelangelo, I'll just do the turtles. Michael for now. Michelangelo, uh, um, that's a hard one. I'm trying to think of somebody I could probably see that could probably voice Mikey. Honestly, kinda. If I was, I'll probably get the voice actor who voiced Mikey from the original the original movies come back for him. But yeah, that'd be it. That would probably be it. I can't see myself. I'm not moving. But yeah, that would probably be it. That would definitely be it. Oh, come on. Let's see. Your next question is if you were to recommend TMNT comics to a newcomer, which would you start with? If I was to if I was to recommend a TMNT comics, I would recommend the current stuff now from IDW. I think it would just be way too hard if they really want to go deep into the mythos. Then yeah, I was like, okay, then get the get get the original series that was under Mirage. Get Go to IDW and go to Image. Go to all of them. But currently, I would just say IDW. Uh, your next question is: were you a fan? Did you like the CGI movie? Yeah, I've answered this before. Yes, I did. I loved it. Me and Malcolm actually saw that in movie theaters. We actually saw that in movie theaters. We loved it. It was great. And then recently, I watched it again and realized that everything this movie does take place somewhere after the first three movies. The first, it takes place, it's in the live action world. It takes place in that world because if you look in that when it's about to go off and when Splinter is putting all the things in like I guess that wall of ancient that trophy room or so, you know you see all the things from the various movies. Shredder's first helmet, you see the ooze bottle, and then at the bottom you actually see the magic scepter that had them go back in time to the feudal era. So literally, that's literally just them saying like all that stuff happened. That's canon, and I couldn't believe. I'm like, whoa, that's the scepter from the third movie. So the CGI movie that came out in 2007, guys, is in the world of the first three movies. Everything is canon, and yeah, it was so yeah, I did enjoy it. Yes, I did. Thanks, Tat. Um, your you said you only had three, but you have four. But here's your fourth question. Where are the actresses who played April in the original movies now? I don't know what's going on with the actress who first played April. I haven't known what's going on with her, but the actress who took over April in the next two movies, Paige Turner, I forgot how you pronounce her name, last name. She's been in a lot of episodes of Law and Order, and she also has now a recurring role. She also has a recurring role on NCIS New Orleans. She plays Scott Bakula's ex-wife. She's on there, and which is a great show, and she also has a recurring role on another great show that I watch, uh, Point of Interest, and she's like really like very seductive on that show. Like she knows how to get to men. It's just like the character she loves. Jim Caviezel's character. She's always trying to. She hits on him like crazy. Like she's always like, you don't belong. You belong with someone like me. Like it's almost like Batman and Catwoman. Like she's just always literally saying, "I want you." Like, and she is aged very beautifully too. I'm like, if you see her in their first two Turtles movies, and then you see her now, she is aged well, and it's just like, wow, she's still pretty. And it's just like, wow, she's still very, very attractive, and the character now she plays on Person of Interest is just like, oh man, OMG. All right, so thank you everybody for those questions. Now, now I go to let me get to this question on Twitter real quick. And these questions, all right, these are from Sin Quan. Just he put them on my Facebook. Our first question is, what are your favorite comic incarnations of the Turtles? Uh, favorite incarnations of the Turtles, I would say now. I would say now is the current stuff now. But you can't go wrong with the classics. Um, the next question is, which cartoon do you like better? I kind of answered that already. Sorry, that's what I said. You got to really answer that already, Ken. Sorry about that. Other than Shredder, name some other villains that you like. I just answered that too, man. These are I answered that already. Make your own version. How would you have done? How would it be done in terms of what the turtles? Um, I don't know. There's no different way if I would have done it. If they were going to be mutated, that's kind of a similar way I would go. Um, I wouldn't go the alien route. That's that's cheesy. Um, the reincarnation route that they did in they're doing now that they did in the current series, I loved. I think that was great. Uh, there's no other way I would do them. Like the way they did is just perfect. Nothing, because I think it's cheesy that. Uh, oh, whoa! There's one more question. Yeah, sorry, Brian Hutchison Jr. Thanks, Chris. I sent you 4 questions, but I meant to send you. I had one more. I'll just send it here. So that is you. Oh wow, Brian, you got a yeah. What were your thoughts of Turtles Forever? Oh boy. The Turtles Forever movie. Um, Look, I liked it, but then I didn't. I like it, and then I don't like it. I'm torn between it because that movie, what what was supposed to be, in my opinion, what I thought was going to be a love letter to just turtle fans in general, felt like just let's just kick on the '80s turtles. Let's just make fun of them, and I'm just like, this is just totally wrong. I'm like, they're not always that goofy, and they're not. There have been serious moments with them. I didn't mind that. They were. They had where Raph was always breaking the fourth wall, and I thought that was pretty funny. Where mutated Hun, he was looking at, and he's like, "Who are you talking to? Why do you keep doing that? And who are you talking to?" I thought that was pretty fun. But other than that, they really dogged the '80s turtles in that series and that movie. I was just like, really? Like, but it was so great to see the original turtles animated, like just showcasing their grittiness. I love that. But yeah, they made them kind of come off kind of crazy too. Like you got Leonardo talking, he's monologuing what he's gonna do, and he's like, "I swooped down on them and slashed them. Raphael doesn't even break a sweat. The pudgy ones are scared to death of him." And you got 2003 Donnie, like, why does he keep talking to himself? Is he insane? And man, they dogged the Utrom Shredder dogs on the '80s Shredder. They talk about the technology of the '80s, '80s foot soldiers. They dog on '80s April. They dog on the '80s Turtles world. It was just like, wow, like this is. I'm not liking this. I watched the whole movie, but it's only recently that they actually aired it again on Nicktoons, and I sat down and rewatched it again, and it gave me that same bad feeling again. I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is it really bothered me. It was just, and it was just like, this is not a love letter. This is more of an insult. You guys are insulting, the series that really put the incarnation of the characters that really put you guys on the map. It's just like, like I really was pissed at that. I seriously got mad at that. That really ticked me off. I was just like, no, why are you doing that? All right. So that's all the questions. Now I'll move to what's going on in the comment section, and watch a lot of your stuff be spam or something. I'm gonna be pissed too. But here we go. Mm, mm, I need man. Wow. Okay. Here we go. And yep, there we go. I knew it. I knew it. Here we go. All right. And I knew who would be. I knew Omnitron would be leading the charge. It's always good to see Omnitron. Okay, let's go. I'm going up. I'm going from top to bottom, bottom to top. Okay, Omnitron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You asked me with all the shipping of Raph, especially Raph, with Fox Mutants Nijaro. That was her name. There we go. Thank you, Nijaro, and potentially Apalex. uh, Allplex in the comics, do you think it's even possible for mutants to reproduce? And if so, would the kids end up as some kind of half and half deal of I hey, I would believe that they can reproduce. I would believe that it's possible. I mean we never see the turtles go to the bathroom, but I would believe they do have a pecker, and they are boys and they have feelings too. So, but if I would believe if they, I would believe like their mutagenic blood and semen or so would probably work. Uh, would probably work. So it'd be something. Maybe it'd be. I think they could make probably a hybrid or something like that. Your next question is: do you think that basically the entire TMNT universe would be able to function in the Marvel universe? Yeah, pretty much. Yep, absolutely. DC too, because if you look at DC wise, not a lot of stuff goes on in New York City in the DC universe. So yeah. hmm Uh, Dano Nifri, which cartoon hero would you like the Turtles to team up with? I say the Gargoyles. I say um the Street Sharks. Probably the SWAT Cats. I'll stick with the anamorphic characters. Yeah, pretty much them. hmm There you go. How about those? Omnitron. I really recommend that Casey Jones fan film, since that is just wonderful cast acting and shows Casey's early days as a vigilante before he met the Turtles and how brutal he was before. Okay, okay. I've heard about this. I've never sat down and watched it. Because one person that sent me it, it got it. I think the person took it down or something. So, thank you. I'm gonna check that out. Um, Mr. Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi and Master Splinter sit down to have tea. What do they talk about? Their students and other things, life, lovers, kids. There you go. Even though Mr. Miyagi never had children, but yeah. Um, much love and respect to Pat Miota. You know. uh, Big Rick. Hey, Chris, could you see the TMNT TMNT Daredevil cross, especially if it is written by Mark Wade? I believe it would work brilliant, especially seeing the Foot Clan interact with the Hand. Yes, the Turtles with Daredevil and add Elektra in there. Ooh, yeah, it would work well. Raph would fall in love with Elektra. Yeah, that would work. That would work. That would work. Let's see what else we got. Okay, I mean, Sean, do you think we'll ever see a Rocksteady produced video TMNT? No, not really. Not unless TMNT gets out from under Nickelodeon right now. So no. Sorry. Green Flame Dragon 270. Am I the only one that finds it kind of creepy that Leo is in love with pretty much his big sister? um, yeah, it is a little bit of an incest. Like, technically, Splinter is Karai's father. Splinter is kind of the turtle's surrogate father now. So it is like you're liking your sister, but some people say, but that's his stepsister. But no, it's your kind of sister. So yeah, it's like you can't. I have female cousins. I love them like sisters, but I wouldn't want to date them or anything like that. So no. Let's see what else. Nivri, did you ever watch the Turtles anime? No, I haven't. Where is this anime? I want to see this anime. Does anybody have that? Give me a sign. Give me something for that one. Because I think the Turtles could work well with anime too. Uh, Green Flame Dragon, you asked me how would you do a Ninja Turtles double dragon team up? Hmm. Jimmy and Billy Lee meeting the Turtles. I would probably have something around maybe the the purple dragons steal or kidnap uh who is it, Billy or Jimmy's girlfriend, or and purple dragons, then you're talking turtles, they get involved, vice versa, get involved, somewhere in the line of that way. Omnitron 1 2 3 4 5. Do you think Venus should be more in stuff, not just cartoons, since the idea of the character isn't bad so much as she was just first using a bad show? Yes, absolutely. I think she should be introduced in the current IDW comic, which is great. I think she should be introduced in the current cartoon, like she was another turtle. Like there you go. I think Najara should be in there. There's so many. There's so many. That's why I'm glad to see that Mona Lisa is going to be brought in the fourth season, or it's the fifth season. It's one of them. Uh, One of the seasons that hasn't been been announced, but coming soon. Next up, are you happy that Michael Bay attempts? Are you happy that Michael Bay's attempt to screw over the turtle failed? Um, I I don't care, Rick. I really don't. I've told everybody, like, look, if you like the movie he produced, fine. That's more power to you. But for me, that's not my cup of tea. It's not. Um, I just really wish he'd stay away from my childhood, basically. Stay from franchises that don't really to be don't need to be tweaked, this, that. Just bring the essence of what these characters are, and you got magic. You know, you don't need to have this. You don't need to do all that. But no. Okay. Nib free. The Turtles team up with the X-Men. What happens, and how many foot ninjas does Wolverine kill? A lot. The X-Men and the Turtles teaming up would be great. Both are mutants. They're mutants. So the Turtles are a different type of mutant. They weren't born that way like the X-Men, but still they're mutants nonetheless. And it'd be really good to see. Especially I would love to see Splinter and Professor Xavier interact with each other. You know, but Raph would be like the little man, the short one with the claws, my kind of guy. Beast and Donatello, man, they would hit it off big time. Uh, so yeah, things like that. Just period. Uh, do you think the mighty Mutantables are vastly underrated? Yeah, they are. Um, Hopefully, we see more of them in future episodes, or just more new series, because it was only a mini, I think they have it. Um, let's see. Yo, 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 yo. Let's see. Make sure. Okay. The Turtles and the Foot Clan in Republic City and the Avatar. And what happens? Uh, um, utter panic, not knowing what they are, who they are, things like that. Um, Turtles confused where they are, things like that. So yeah. How would Mikey Reed react to the Teen Titans? This is from Perry King. They would like it. Mikey geeked out with, you know. So yeah, Mikey, he's gonna just freak out. Green Dragon, Green Flame Dragon. The actor you're thinking about from Real Adventures of Giant Quest is Scott um, Menville. Thank you very much. That's what I'm trying to remember. Big Rick, what are your thoughts on the current IDW series? One of the best series. Great. And we got raccoons in my backyard. I can hear them. Sorry about that. Next up, Tim Marston. Do you read the current TMNT IDW? Pretty enjoy it. Yes, I do. If so, what do you think of the current art, and who would you like to see write a Turtles book? Current art is pretty good, um, but I do read the Turtle series. I love it. If I was to see anybody write the Turtles, simple. Gail Simone. Look, I'm a Gail Simone fanboy. I've made that perfectly clear. But talked to Gail plenty of times on Twitter, and she's told me plenty of times. I've asked her always. I remember asking her plenty the same question, and she always gave me the same answer. I asked her, name me characters that you would love to write. One, Spider-Man. Two, Turtles. Always said that. So yeah, there you go. Amitron, they're if they did another Turtle series, who would you want to see them use more of on the mystical side of ninjutsu? Uh, introduce Ninjara, Apollo, have it focus on those two, the Foxes or the Vixens or however you want to call them. Uh, maybe Leo could be in there. People like that. Let's see what else we got here. Could Venus de Milo make a return in the comics or a cartoon? Yep, I've said it plenty of times. Yep, they could. Omnitron, who is your absolute favorite turtle character outside of the turtles themselves? Mine is Casey Jones. That would probably be my after I love April, but yeah, it would probably be Casey. It's Casey. I'm sorry. Have you seen the video TMNT style Ninja Turtles homage epic rival, which is a great action video that has these four dudes using the turtle signature weapon in one big free for all? Wait, I think I have seen that. I think I have. I think I have. Miko's. Did you see the coming out of their shells concert? If so, did you? You talking about? But when I was younger, when they had their concert back then, we're the turtles. You can count on us. I can't believe I remember that. I remember. Yeah, I did. When they came to the Madison Square Garden, I think they were in Madison Square Garden or the Beacon Theater. I think it was one of them. But my dad did take me to see that concert. So yeah, I saw it. I was singing a song. I can't believe if Peter Parker was in a turtle universe, how much would you want to bet he'd end up as Man Spider rather than Spider Man? Yeah, he probably, if anything, he would be a mutated spider-like creature, but I still think he would still be the same Peter. He'd still be Peter Parker, like still live up to the whole great responsibility, great power, great responsibility. But yeah, he'd be like Man Spider or something like that. But yeah, but just probably different. Like I would think he would. I would assume he would probably still look human enough, but he would be a humanoid spider, like a spider human. Like yeah, 6 arms, eyes, kind of maybe the fangs coming out. But yeah, he would be man. Yeah, he'd be Man Spider. I should put it like that. Next one. Do you think? And this is the last question, actually. Yeah, this is. Do you think we'd see we'd see the superheroes of the team in the 2012 cartoon show by anytime soon? Yeah, I think we should see nobody for sure. We should see him or her, could because they could go with Angel as nobody. But yeah, we should see the Silver Centurion. We'll probably see sometime. We'll probably see them. Probably. Let me see. Make sure you got no more questions. Yeah, we got some more questions. Oh my God. Um, Justin Platt, the writer of Super. How you doing, sir? Miss your series. Just hope to. We're gonna see the next issues. Hope we see it soon. But yeah, his questions. Who would win in a fight, Dusty Rose or Michelangelo? um, um, I'm gonna be nice because Dusty just. I'll go Dusty this time, Uh, I'll say Dusty. There you go. How much are you looking forward to the Batman Teenage Mutant Turtles Batman crossover? I just answered that before. Um, very much looking forward. Like I said, can't wait to November. Uh, man, I can't wait just to see that first issue. And that looks about it. Let's reload the page again. Oh wait, Donovan Berry. There we go. I saw another question. What were your thoughts on the character Agent Bishop from the 2003 series and his character development? He at first when I Agent Bishop, I'm like, this dude looks like reminded me of K if he went rogue. That's it. He was like, and then you just saw the development of his character, and you can understand why he's the way he is. And I was just like, that's good storytelling. I like that. I liked the way they did that. Bishop. At first, when I first saw him, I'm like, this dude looks like K from Men in Black if he went rogue and insane in a sense. But I enjoyed it. But yeah, like I said, I did like the growth of his character. I was like, yeah, this is making sense. I like this. Why he is the way he is, and what makes him tick, what makes him. It was good. But at first, I'm like, get this mother. Let's see. Next up, any more new questions? I don't think so. Goddamn raccoons! Just hear them over there in the back, my backyard. And then don't get me started when they start fighting with cats, the stray cats in the back. Just it becomes the Royal Rumble. Let's see. I think that is it. That's all the questions. Okay. I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Make sure I got it. Oh, there we go. Aha. Mr. Platt, you asked me, do you think we'll see Baxter Stockman in a TMNT movie? I didn't see the new flick, or so maybe he wasn't. Uh, he's gonna be in the next movie, which is entitled "Heroes in a Half Shell." I'm not. In fact, I have no point of going to see any of those movies. Anything I don't, anything Bay touches, I stay away from nowadays. Um, Especially things from my childhood, like But yeah, Baxter Stockman is going to be in the next movie, and he's going to be played by Tyler Perry. There you go. Tyler Perry is playing Baxter Stockman. Okay. Let's see. Any more questions? It is almost 11 here on the East Coast. So I'll wrap that up at 11 on a dot. So if you guys got any more questions, start getting them in now. I will be back. I'm just gonna wet my whistle again. But I shall return. I'll be right back, guys. But start getting your last questions in. Okay. All right. What do we have? Tyler Perry is as Stockman. Okay, I'm gonna die now. But yeah, he's playing. He's playing. I know the pretty much some of the cast. Brian T, the actor who played Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat web series Legacy, and who played uh, who was in the Wolverine and all those. He's gonna be the Shredder now. I'm forgetting the actress who's playing Karai. You got WWE wrestler Sheamus playing Rocksteady. I'm forgetting the actor who's playing Bebop. And Tyler Perry's Baxter Stockman. Megan Fox is still coming back as April. Whatever. Not my cup of tea. Okay. All right. Here we go. Do you, Omnitron, you asked me, do you want to see the Turtles meet and fight Killer Croc in the Batman? Yeah. I don't know. They haven't announced what villains are they going to meet, but somewhere I believe they're one of them. We already know probably they're going to meet is Joker somewhere down the line. So, but I want to see them meet Croc. I want to see uh Scarecrow. See them meet the Scarecrow. I want to see them meet Mister Freeze, Poison Ivy. You name it. There's a couple of them. Mr. Platt, says, "Aha! Glad the American dream make you smile and everything." It's because I'm the American dream, baby. Dusty Rose, son of a plumber, came out of the ditch and looks so sweet. Um, if raccoons and stray cats got mutated with the ooze, who win? Oh boy. I want to go cats, but then I'm like, raccoons are no joke. That's why they say like don't look at them as just cuddly, cute animals. Like these guys will rip your throat out if they want to. I learned that from Billy the Exterminator. Mm, yeah. Uh, New super. Oh, cool. All right. Check out our website. Cool. I'll check out the website. I'm gonna check that out as always because you know me. I've been loving your series. Uh, I've been spreading the word to many people as can. So yeah. Uh, and let me see. Do you think the Ninja Tribunal world would be cool to be? Yes, indeed. I would love to see the Ninja Tribunal world in the new series. Definitely. And if there's any more questions, I'm going to get these answered. Okay, nothing there. Let me try again. Let's see. Turtles in the Sly Cooper universe. What happens? That'd be kind of cool. Like they wouldn't. They can walk around. They can walk around the world without having to worry about anything. Worry about being judged or looked, being scared. Uh, okay. So it is. That is it. That is a wrap, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying my Q&A for August. My theme Q&A. This was for the turtles. If I missed any of your questions, I apologize. I'll check the spam and I'll answer them when the video gets loaded up. But I had a great time. It's great to see people come out. Thank you, Mr. Pat, for coming out and asking questions, just having some fun. Didn't have to, but thank you. I appreciate it very much. Um, and as always, guys, don't worry. As you all know, as like I announced before, September will be different because it'll be a double theme Q&A. So I'm gonna have to put up the first. I'm gonna put up the announcement for that real quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make the announcements here. Yeah, for the themes for September, and I'm gonna look at see how we're gonna break this up. Let's see. We're gonna look for September. All right, September. Come on. All right, September. There we go. All right. So the first Q&A for September will be probably I don't want to do it September 11th. Let's see. I try to do that September 8th or so, the 8th, and the theme will be another one of my childhood heroes, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Yeah. So I'll put that up soon. And then a week later, and then from the 8th, I'll put up the next announcement for the next vid, the next theme Q&A, and that one will be about another one of my childhood, the Thundercats. So there you go. But other than that, guys, I want to thank all you guys for coming out and chilling and having fun. And as always, this is my friend Kid, the Omni Geek High Lord of New York, saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. You know where you can find me. Trust me. Trust in me, and you'll be entertained. I promise you. You guys take care. Have a good weekend, guys.